morning, Mr. Leader.
Good morning.
How do you feel this morning, sir?
I feel great about the bills.
Mr. Speaker, good morning. How do you feel this morning?
It's exciting. Bright, sunny outside, bright in our hearts.
Sir, what are you expecting on executive orders?
A lot. We'll see.
Thank you. Mr. Majority Leader, good morning. How do you feel this morning?
No interviews. Great. Sorry.
Thank you, sir. What is your message today?
Thank you.
Sir, any comments? Thank you.
You have the speed.
Hi there, I'm Brianna Keeler live from the Capital One Arena, which is really giving kind of a rally feel here. I want to tell you what you can see here. I am actually up by the podium where President-elect, then President Trump, will be speaking. They actually just put the bunting up on this a short time ago, and they just put up the presidential seal because this is something that came together very much at the last minute. And just to give you a sense of the crowd here, these are really the best seats in the House. These are front row seats, and some of the people who got these seats were actually waiting outside in the sub-zero temperatures at 9:30 p.m. last night. You can tell it kind of has a sporting event feel to it. People are cheering as they're watching the events of the day on the Jumbotron. So right now they're watching President Trump, former President Trump, soon to be future President Trump, and President Biden get in the limousine at the White House. So they're watching all of the kind of comings and goings and cheering along with it, breaking out into chants of USA. I do want to give you a look at the room here at the arena. It is getting packed. The upper level is not fully packed at this point, but we're still several hours away from this event beginning. And I'm also going to walk you down now so that you can see the media center. And also, this is kind of funny. Like I said, it is a sporting event feel, of course, because here we are where the Washington Wizards play, the Capitals play. I think this is about where Wolf Blitzer's Wizards seat tickets would be, something I never thought I would say during an inauguration. I have to tell you, it's kind of surreal that these events have been moved inside. This is the media riser. You can see all of those lights, all of the TV folks here. The print folks are behind. And this is the setup right here for a live band. But the other amazing thing, and that a lot of the people in the audience don't seem to know, is that there's actually going to be a parade here. I have learned from sources who are on site and familiar with the plans. There is actually going to be a parade. It's not going to be as big, obviously, as what we were going to be seeing before outside. How are they going to do this? You would say, I wondered myself. There's actually quite a lot of floor space. I assume they will clear these chairs. And there's a large thoroughfare on either side of the folded chairs. So we should be seeing marching bands. We should be seeing at least some of the participants who are going to be in the outdoor festivities. We're still waiting to figure out exactly who that is. But it is a very excited crowd here at Capital One Center. We're going to keep an eye on all the comings and goings here. As things get underway, they'll be watching the inauguration. There will be a lot of cheering, no doubt, and we'll bring it to you.
How are you? Michael Bennett. Nice to see you.
Good morning. How are you?
All right.
Senator, right this way, please. Sorry. Focus.
Joe, we started.
My man.
Looking forward to working with her. Good to see you. Yeah. Ships. All right.
We missed you.
Hey friends, so we are live outside Capital One Arena in downtown DC, where in just a couple of hours, President-elect Donald Trump is set to hold his inaugural parade inside this impromptu inaugural parade in lieu of one outside the traditional walk down Constitution Avenue because of the weather here in DC. I want to paint a picture for you of what it looks like outside Capital One. You can see there's an enormous line here. It spans at least 4 blocks going in this direction. Folks have been out here since very early this morning, since about 5 a.m. when the line started forming. But it doesn't just end here. I actually want to show you that it curves another 2 or 3 blocks and then goes several blocks further down. So Washington, D.C. is swarmed with Trump supporters today, and folks that have been waiting in line again for hours, braving freezing temperatures. When I got here this morning, it was about 19, 18 degrees. Right now, it's roughly 25 degrees. And I've talked to folks from all over the country, people from California, Montana, Arizona, Georgia, Florida. I even heard from some folks from Colombia and Vietnam, people from overseas coming here to witness Donald Trump's inauguration in person. And I do not think that with the 20,000 seat capacity at Capital One, all these folks that have been waiting in line for hours are going to get in. So there is undoubtedly going to be some disappointment for some of these folks. Again, very, very cool temperatures here. I want to see if there's anyone who might talk to me. Pardon me, where are you from?
Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Yes.
What brings you out here today?
I mean, it's one of my first inaugurations. It's the first I'm a military kid, so I really respect the Republican outlook for the military. Scary. Oh, thank
There you
you.
go, of course. You're very excited to see President Trump. What is it that you're most excited about seeing today?
Change. I think it's what I'm most excited for. I have a little boy, and it's definitely been hard with all the price raise, the tax raises, and all that.
And
So,
what was your name?
Haley.
Haley from Fredericksburg. Thank you so much for chatting with us. We appreciate it. What we just heard from Haley from Virginia is something that we've heard over and over again from folks here in line. Earlier, I was speaking to also a couple of retired military folks, Trey and Willie from Arizona, who told me that they were pumped to see Donald Trump in part because of the shock that they hope he will bring to the U.S. system of government. You hear that repeatedly, complaints about high prices, as well as the issue of immigration is another one that's come up here multiple times. And the interesting thing about this crowd is that there are folks from all walks of life. As you heard there, I talked to some folks that have ties to the military. Previously, I'd spoken to a teacher. So it's a unique collection of people. Of course, the thing to keep in mind here, again, is that not all these folks are going to be able to get inside. I've heard from a producer that they set up screens outside, but even then it's not clear exactly what kind of view they're going to get. As for what is set to happen inside, we're hoping that the reporting that we've done comes to fruition, because the president-elect, then President Trump, once he gets inaugurated, is set to sign some executive orders, as well as give another speech to entertain the crowd. Of course, yesterday, he famously was on stage with the Village People. We'll see if they're on stage tonight. I'm Boris Sanchez. Thanks so much for checking us out on CNN Digital.
I had lunch with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the acting dean of the Diplomatic Corps.
How are you this morning,
Good
Mr.
morning. Thank you.
President Trump? How do you feel? President Biden?
Well,
Good morning, Mr. Vice President. How do you feel? Any comments, sir? Nope.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect's cabinet and cabinet-level designees.
I'm Jeff Zeleny on the east front of the Capitol, and even though the sun is shining today, and perhaps you've seen some people walking in without jackets, I can tell you it is frigid out here this morning. The coldest inaugural that I can certainly recall. That is why it's being held inside. But we are standing out here. We've been watching the arrivals all morning long, and what just a chain of history that is unfolding in front of us. We've seen former President Bill Clinton, former President George W. Bush, former President Barack Obama, Mrs. Bush, Mrs. Clinton, a notable absent, Michelle Obama. She has decided to not attend the inaugural. Her aides in office did not explain why, but her view of Donald Trump, of course, is very clear. But as we just watched the arrival of President Biden and President-elect Donald Trump, they rode that limousine, as we've been watching all morning long, from the White House here to Capitol Hill. What a moment of history that is. Joe Biden arrived in the Senate here on Capitol Hill, 1972, the youngest senator from Delaware. He will take his leave now as the oldest American.
They were